All right. Well, look, here we are again for another Bourbon MBS. And I know for all those people that are watching me, I can't stop drinking this. I apologize. I have some other bourbons, but this tastes so good that I can't help it. It's Angel's Envy. Have you had it yet, Corey?
I have not had that.
All right.
Not yet. Not yet. Anyways, I actually tried to buy Pinhook earlier because you suggested that to me, and ABC was all out there. They didn't even know what it was. I was like, all right, Alex is clearly giving me some fancy stuff over here, so I need to find a more scale place.
That is fancy. And look, for all of those that are just tuning in, you and I had a quick conversation before this got started. By the way, this is Corey Shelton. Corey, this is to you, buddy. Cheers. Let's see what you're drinking. Tell us what you're drinking.
I got some good old Bullet bourbon. So
and cheers.
Cheers.
And the reason you got Bullet bourbon is because you so generously gave away all your alcohol. Can you tell us that real quick before we really get this thing started?
Yeah, we had me and a few friends had a little gathering the other day, and they pretty much ran out of alcohol. We were swinging by my place, and I was like, you know what? I'll grab all. I had tequila, a bunch of bourbon, some other stuff, and I was like, I'll just grab everything, and I didn't bring a single thing back. So the savages took it. So I had to walk down the road earlier to get something. I couldn't do bourbon and BS without some bourbon. So
that's right. I love that. So Corey, first of all, I see a T-shirt in the background that looks like it says "No Bottle Left Behind."
No, I wanted to point out to everybody watching that I'm special. I'm basically like an honorary sales boomerang member. So everybody can kiss it. I'm special.
That's right. And Corey has had a chance to interview me one time for a show that he does on their on their platform. Corey's with Atlantic Coast, an amazing client and just an amazing organization. I have nothing but great things to say about them. So look, we're gonna get started. I also understand you have some kind of surprise for us.
Yeah, I wanted to bring in one of my really good friends. You guys may have seen him on TV. My good buddy Joe Exotic and the Tiger back here. He's in a little bit of trouble, but the Tiger's still out and about roaming around free. So I wanted to just bring them on so they could say hi to everybody.
So one of my first questions has to be, what was the last show you binge watched?
Man, what was the last? So I actually just watched this show called Kingdom. It's like a UFC. It's on Netflix. It's got Frank Grillo. It's like the main guy. And I think, what's his name? Nick something, one of those pop star guys. Anyways, it was like really good. Sucked me in. It had me pretty much at UFC and fighting. So I was like, you know what, I'm in.
Dude, it's on my list. So I can't believe you just said that. I haven't watched it yet.
It was really good. It's very intense and can be a little bit draining, but it's definitely a really compelling show. I liked it a lot.
Are you a UFC guy? Like, do you follow mixed martial arts? Do you train? What's your story? How'd you get into that? Why did that motivate you so much?
Well, I think just the sport itself is pretty interesting. It's kind of like in the midst of all the technology and information, you still have these guys that are literally getting in. It's like modern day gladiators, right? So I think that's really interesting. And you have on top of it, it's not just two guys getting into a cage or two ladies getting into a cage and banging it out. It's super technical. Other than that, back in my younger years, I may or may not have been in one or two fights. So there's that kind of like connection. Let's just say who I was in my younger 20s is not who I am in my later 30s. So,
so when you say fight, you mean street fight or cage fight?
No, I mean stupid, bar fights, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. So yeah, listen, a little bit of focused fighting in a cage on an island. Thank you, Dana White, for being so creative, for keeping this alive. Let's keep this going. I like this. Let's keep this going. So going on to your younger years, as you just mentioned, who was your, teenage crush, celebrity crush?
Man, I mean, I watched a lot of Saved by the Bell, so I got to give it to either like Kelly Kapowski or like Lisa Turtle. I mean, come on, like who didn't have a crush on either one of them? Like, so
nailed it. Yes.
Maybe Cindy Crawford, I don't know, but definitely Kelly Kapowski Lisa Turtle, like the whole Saved by the Bell thing, that was definitely had a crush on them for sure.
Nice. That's a win. That's a good win.
Yeah.
What's are you a scary movie fan? Do you like scary movies?
I hate scary movies.
All
Like, yeah, I can't watch them. Can't watch them. Like there's some movies that I think like mess with you a little bit too much, like psychologically.
Yeah.
And so I've never been one of those people. Like I like thriller movies, but I don't like, especially nowadays with horror, I feel like they've gotten so graphic with a lot of elements in it that for me, I'm like, you know what? I already have enough bad dreams. I don't need to add to that with something else that I'm going to pay to put into my brain. So
I got it. Well, let's stick on that theme. Since you don't like scary movies, let's make it life for you. Zombie apocalypse, you can bring 3 people with you. Family doesn't count. They're automatically coming. 3 people, who are you bringing with you?
Man, that's tough because my go-to would immediately be my family. They are the type where they already have like a game plan for.
Okay, so maybe it's just your family. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so my dad is retired from state police, retired from a narcotics task force. My middle brother was a police officer, is now a firefighter. My youngest brother was a police officer, is now Secret Service. So needless to say, we are
Secret's out. Sorry, brother. You said it's Secret Service. Now the secret's out.
Yeah, now the secret's out. So as far as like protection goes, I would say that we have no issues there. Okay. And then in terms of like, my dad and my brothers have like all the rations and like the whole 9 yards as far as kind of like a game plan, like if things ever go south. And then I have my own means of protection, shall we say, in order for me to get to where they're at. So
just in case.
Yeah. So family, man, family.
I love it. You know what? Everyone else says family is obviously coming with, but it's like, what else do we need? We need doctors. We need people who can shoot guns. We need people who can maybe farm. But you have it all in the family. So you just one upped everyone.
If anything, I tell my friends, I'm like, you know what? If shit really hits the fan, I don't know if we can cuss on here, but if things really hit the fan, then you can come with me. So that's kind of like my value or added value proposition to my friends of like, hey, you want to be friends with me? Because if anything goes wrong, and nowadays it's getting a little bit weird, you can always come with me and stay with me and my family. So
Corey's selling tickets to the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm selling tickets.
Anyone that's listening, selling tickets, you can be his friend.
$10,000 a ticket. That's it. That's all I ask for.
That's a bargain to live.
That's nothing.
It's a bargain to live. I love it. Are you a night owl or early bird?
I am definitely a night owl. I did go through a phase though where I was getting up around 4:30 or 5 every morning. So before I joined Atlantic Coast Mortgage, I actually had my own brand strategy and digital marketing agency. And so my day was broken up completely different than what it is now. So for a couple of years, I was getting up around 4:35 in the morning. I forced myself to learn how to do that. Then I would go and I would work out. Then I go to Starbucks, do some reading, take some general notes, and then it would kind of follow up with clients and so on throughout the day. But now my schedule is kind of the opposite of that. I feel like I almost borderline have insomnia where I pretty much on a regular basis don't go to bed until probably like between 1:30 and 3.
And you're just not tired? Like
I just can't. It's not necessarily. There are moments where sometimes where I'm tired, most of the time not, but a lot of times it's where I just can't turn my brain off, which is, one of the things that tell me get to where I am. But at the same time, it's, it kind of sucks when you can't turn your brain off and you're constantly thinking through different scenarios or whatever the situation is. You know what I mean?
So do you practice meditation or anything like that?
No, I've never done that. I listen to like a lot of podcasts and things of that nature. I also sleep with a fan. So that like I can't sleep. I think only psychopaths sleep in dead silence. So anybody who sleeps in dead silence,
you're now officially a psychopath. That is going to be the headline for this episode. No, silent sleepers, psychopaths.
Yeah, silent sleepers equals psychopaths. I need to make that one of our interview questions when bringing people on board.
That's right. How do you sleep?
Yeah. What's your sleeping patterns like? Do you sleep with anything or no?
And does it oscillate your fan or is it straight on you?
So I actually keep it pointed away from me. I don't care about like the actual wind from it. It's literally just the sound. And when I don't have the fan, I'll literally, this sounds funny, but I'll bring up YouTube and I have this 8-hour long video of just like literally the same box fan I have for 8 hours, and I'll crank it all the way up. And like that's what I listen to when I don't have my
I love it. That's so fantastic.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You do. Listen, I joke around, but I sleep with a white noise or a brown noise machine.
Yep.
And it's absolutely, yeah. I don't know if everyone that sleeps without it is a psychopath, but you know what? It's possible. It's possible.
Somewhere between sociopath and psychopath. There's some kind of path in there, but it's not the right one.
It's in between. Now, listen, this is unusual. We typically don't do this, but I got to ask, since we have two people in the background who are listening, who are from our marketing team. We've never done this before. I need to find out if there are psychopaths on our team. Richard, do you sleep with a fan or some kind of noise?
Choose wisely, Richard.
I know.
Oh, dude, come on. I definitely have a fan.
Definitely have a fan. All right, guys, you heard it here. No psychopath there.
Yep.
Sarah, tell us, fan, no fan, noise, what you got going on?
I only have a fan on because it's the summer, but normally I like dead silence.
Whoa.
Sarah.
Oh. Wow, Sarah, man.
But listen, right now she's cool. It's hot. She's very much in line right now. And who knows?
Basically telling you she's like a seasonal psychopath. So you're good right now. Really only time you gotta worry about is when it's the winter time. And in that case, I would say just keep your distance a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's right. Sarah, we love you. Okay.
First day on the job and already getting it.
That's right. All right. Since we're talking about phones and having an app that plays sounds for you or going to YouTube, let's stick to that theme, and then we're going to go to a special question from LinkedIn in just a minute.
Let's do it.
Apps. Okay. You have to delete every single app on your phone except for 3. Phone doesn't count. Calendar doesn't count. That stuff. The stuff that comes with the phone doesn't count.
Right.
It's your apps.
Man, that is a tough question. I would say I would keep Instagram. I also use, I'm sure you probably heard of it. It's called Blinkist.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
So I use that. Man, what would the other one be? It would probably be like maybe another social outlet. I don't use TikTok or anything like that. I mean, even especially now where they're talking about banning it and all the other security issues around. So I don't use that. Maybe either like Facebook or LinkedIn, one of those two. Actually, you know what? No, Spotify. That's what I would use.
That's it.
Spotify. Because I got
fully rounded.
Yeah. I got it'd either be Spotify or it would be Amazon's podcast app. So one of those two. Because I'm either listening to something, I'm either reading something, or I'm scrolling through Instagram. Sometimes a little too much.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I like your choices. I like the choices you made. So you have music covered, you have social covered, and you have information covered. By the way, Blinkist, for those of you that don't know, is an amazing app. It's like the new generation Cliff Notes.
Yep.
Awesome. So we'll put a link onto this somewhere in the video when we do this. We're going to put
such a great tool to have to like really just condense down something that's complex into those bullet points that really most people, that's all they're really looking for, at least when you only have a little bit of time to kind of read and research things. So it's a great tool.
Also, yes, it really is. I mean, it popped up for me. I read it, I got into it, and I've been a fan of it forever. So I love that you added that one. That's a cool one. Now, this one is going to come from a friend of ours on LinkedIn. We will post her information on here once the video comes out. This is from Suha. She asks, "Do you have any hidden talents?"
So despite all the fighting stuff that I said earlier, which may you to think of a certain way, there was a period in my life where I still play guitar, but I play guitar. I did a little bit of like aerosol art, like sort of Banksy style kind of stuff. I actually have some artwork that's up in my apartment where people have been like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "I made it." And they're like, "What?"
Oh, you got to send some of that to us.
So it's always been kind of along in those creative veins. I originally went to college for music production. I had an opportunity to do some stuff actually in Timberland's old studio
Nice.
in Virginia Beach, where I'm one of the places that I'm from. Grew up in Williamsburg, lived in Virginia Beach for about 12 years. But I was able to do some music production and stuff there with some friends that were recording and whatnot there. So I would say it'd either be music or some form of art. So a little bit mixed bag there.
All right, good. I like that. Next one, ready? This is a good one. This is a more of a rapid fire question. Aliens, good or evil?
Man, what a loaded question.
I know, right? It's a good one. Thank you, Suha. That was great.
You know what? I'm going to be optimistic here. I'm going to say good. I'm going to say good.
I like
Against my better nature, my more like natural, like defending kind of personality. But yeah, I'll say I'm going to go optimistic here. Let's say they're good.
All right. Well, let's stick with this rapid fire. Here we go. We're going to ask some real rapid fire questions. Let's get through as many as we can. Ready?
Let's do it.
First of all, cats or dogs?
Dogs all day.
All day. Grilled chicken, fried chicken?
Grilled chicken.
All right. Okay. It's good. We're getting 50-50 mixed on that. Nike or Adidas?
I wear both, but I'm gonna go with Nike.
Nike. Okay. Android or Apple?
Oh no, hands down, Apple all day. Android, what's that?
Huh? A little company called Google behind it.
Yeah.
Just a little company. They're making waves, I hear. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Biggie or Tupac?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Biggie. Got to go East Coast.
East Coast, baby. Yes. And
Coast all day.
I mean, the kind of passion he put into his music, it's remarkable. Mike Tyson, Holyfield?
We'll go with Mike Tyson. He's just a savage.
Savage. I love him. What's your favorite emoji?
Oh, man, this depends on who I'm sending it to be honest with you.
Well, give us a few then. Situational emojis.
Yeah, I think I'll just stick with the PC one. Probably the laughing emoji with like the crying eyes. I'll probably that one.
I just literally just got that one sent to me by someone. That's a fan favorite.
Yeah,
for sure. What's your favorite cereal?
Either Frosted Flakes or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You know what? Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Let's go with that.
That's always the top, man. I'm just saying. It's always the top. It always seems to be making the top of the list. Have you ever tried fried pickles?
Yeah, I have done fried pickles. Like the fried pickle chips is what I always get. Those are amazing. I like those better than the actual full fried pickle because it's like more evenly done.
The chips, that's my favorite too. If I'm gonna do a fried pickle of something, it's the chip.
But they have to do it right though. That's the key. Like it can't be soggy. It's got to be crispy.
Yeah, I mean, and the couple times I've had it, it's been spot on.
Yeah,
like it's only a couple times.
That's actually one of my favorite things to have.
Oh, fried pickles?
Yeah, like the fried pickle chips, like because very few places carry them. So when you can find them at a place, it's like that's money.
You're right. And why do only a few people carry them? That's the thing. I've never had it in Baltimore.
I don't know. It can't be that expensive to make. It's literally a pickle and you're frying it. So
yeah, I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm getting some business ideas here, Alex. So
you're thinking, are you thinking a fried pickle food truck?
Hey, that sounds like a great idea.
Here we go. All right, everybody. We're gonna hang up now.
Yeah, see you guys later. We got some business to talk about.
We got business to talk about. Speaking of business, 2 more questions. Here's one. What was your first W-2 job? First ever W-2 job. Oh, I love it. I love it when it starts with a gig.
Man. It was at Water Country. I was a lifeguard, and I got fired from there because it was thundering and lightning, and I thought everybody had cleared. Like I wasn't in the cool wave pool. I was in like the little you slide down. It's like 2 feet of water or whatever it is, and I thought everybody had cleared, and they were like, they came back like there were still people that were like around in the area. You weren't supposed to leave, and literally didn't get a warning or anything. They're like, you can either be the person that goes around and like sweeps the trash, or that's it. And I was like, well, I've already got my lifeguard certification, so I'm not going to do this other thing. So I ended up, I guess, technically quitting, but more or less kind of got pushed out. That was my first W-2 job. Yeah.
First W-2 job. I like it. And then, of course, we always ask, what do you plan on doing for the rest of the day?
Man, well, we already are at the end of the day. So I'm actually about to leave, go to my buddy's house, have a few more bourbons, and hopefully catch the rest of the Caps playoff game.
Oh, nice. I forgot. That's today.
Started at 4:00. So that's my plan.
Oh, that's a good shoot. I may have just changed my plans around.
Yep, I think so.
Put that on in the background.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, listen, Corey, this was awesome. You're the man. I appreciate it. We always enjoy your company. Any questions for me before we go?
Man,
And that's okay if you don't.
what are you planning on doing in the zombie apocalypse? That's what I want to know.
Oh,
I want
shit.
to know how well staffed up you are for this, Alex.
Okay. All right. So check.
We got to make sure, precious cargo. We got to make sure you're safe. Sales Boomerang's got to keep going. You know what I mean?
That's right. I agree. I need a body double. So here's what we're doing in the zombie apocalypse. First of
You
all,
can come with me. You can always come with me.
I'm thinking about buying a ticket.
Okay. For you, discount. I'll give you the special friend discount. You know.
I love it. 9,900.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. So zombie apocalypse, I have a couple of friends. First friend, his name is Hunter. Okay.
Already on the right path.
Done. Like I could say so many things, but just understand that he has enough bullets to kill every zombie that ever.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So he's number one. Second one, I would have to bring someone that's really good with in agricultural understanding, so we can end up being able to grow farm and be able to figure things out down the road. So that would have, and he is not direct family, but it's brother-in-law. Like this dude knows his agriculture, like grow anything. And then we need somebody that's probably like medically, so has some medical experience. So some doctor of some sort, somebody that understands medicine. So that's what I'm going with. That's my
Okay. I got one more. Can I cheat? I got one more question for you.
Yeah.
You're already a really well-known person in our industry. So if you were going to be known for something other than Alex Sales Boomerang, what would you be famous for?
Two things maybe. One, if it was going through childhood dreams, I would be a soccer player somewhere.
I can see that. You already got the look for it.
Yeah, so I got that covered. Now, I would probably say I would love to be known for. I'd like to have a record label and some kind of electronic music record label and DJ. Be known for that. And then the other thing is probably just a public speaker in general, motivational, inspirational kind of. Let's get everyone loving what they're doing and doing what they're loving. Right. That's those are the two things. Those are good questions. I like that.
I love it. Cool, man.
All right, brother.
Hey, Alex, thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, bro.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Go Caps.
Go Caps.